Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Forever Stranded. Guys, today we are going to be diving in to Applied Energistics 2. It's a mass storage mod that enables you to have a whole bunch of terminals that all are connected to each other. It also enables auto crafting of stuff for us. And also it's going to enable us to set up the type of network that I want to have all of this stuff automatically done at all of the different levels. But you have to start small. So let's step over here. If you're familiar, you know what's about to happen. If you're new, then this is how you start the mod. You go ahead and drop in these materials and wait a few minutes, and then boom, you get back some flux crystal. And flux crystal is used basically for every single thing inside the mod. So you can see we got a quest update. Let's look at the second step. We got to get a pure Certus quartz crystal, a pure flux crystal, and a pure nether quartz crystal. And then we get to have a choice between all of this stuff over here. So the pure stuff, here's how you do that, right? So we go ahead, we're going to take out the last nether quartz we have. Gonna get one of these Certus quartz. I think we can use the normal ones, and then the flux crystal, right? And this should only last a couple of seconds because I do believe that I did actually fix these. And then we're going to look here and see what the pure ones take, right? So Certus quartz seed, made from Certus quartz dust and sand. So actually it's the dust that we're needing. Okay, well let's go ahead and we'll grab out Certus quartz dust, throw that back in there. Probably means, gosh, I'm really disappointed because this is lasting way longer than it should, because it definitely should only be like a couple of seconds of this at most. Because I definitely disabled. I updated the pack again. I updated the pack again, guys, and now this thing is going full bore. Well, I'm gonna have to turn that back off. I'll be back with you in a moment. And we are back. I've cleaned up the area that was starting to have a buildup and disabled the sandstorms again. So, anyways, like I was saying before, what we need is the dust, so we're gonna have to go ahead and put down that, and then put down that. And then basically what we do after that is we come down here. We're going to grab ourselves out a couple of pieces of sand, and then we craft those together with those dusts, and we get 2 seeds of each thing. Fantastic. And then all you have to do to make these seeds grow is throw them in water, and slowly over time they will grow into full-on chemicals, and they will never despawn. Never at all. Of course, waiting for those crystals to grow would be super duper boring, and it takes forever. I just pulled them back up after, I don't know, 15-20 minutes of growing. It's just terrible. So anyways, what we're going to do, because we don't want to waste that kind of time, is we're going to make one of these. It's called a crystal growth accelerator. It requires flux block, some iron, some quartz glass, and some glass cable that is also made from flux. So the quartz glass, we're going to just go ahead and get all of that we can right there. Fantastic. And then the flux blocks are made like so. So we're going to get 3 of those because I want to save. I don't want to craft up the 4th one that I normally would, just in case one of the quests is related to making those a little bit later. And then we're going to need some iron. So let's go ahead and grab some of that out. And then we'll come back over here. And then we need to make the cable, which is quartz fiber and 2 of the crystals. And the quartz fiber is glass with the dust. Glass with the dust. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab out some of that dust. We'll just make the 1 for now. And then come down here and grab out 6 pieces of a normal glass. Just like that and like that. We got 3 of those. and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we've got ourselves some cable. Fantastic. Fantastic. So then we're going to go ahead and put that down there, down there. Got some iron for the corners. Got those in the center, and got the quartz glass on the sides, and boom, we got 3 of those. Now these do require power, which means, oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. That means we need a, where is it? Where is it? No, 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 nope. Gosh, I feel blind, because, there we go. Energy acceptor, which is, well, basically the same kind of thing. So let's step over here, and we're going to go ahead, oh, that was the matter condenser, come on now. So there we go, we're going to make 1 of those. So basically this lets the Applied Energistics network, like the grouping of machines, if you will, accept power, because it can't just take normal power, because that would be too easy. It's got to have its own power system. So we're going to go ahead and set that. This is going to be extremely ugly for now, but it is the kind of thing where it's not going to last. We're going to do this, and then we're going to move on. So we'll go ahead and put that down there, and then that should have power now. So then we're going to grab out these glass cables, put 1 there, there, and there. And then we're going to put the crystal growth accelerators on top of it. Yeah, that's accepting power, or it wouldn't be lighting up like that. So we're going to throw that down and that down. And then we need, let's go extremely ugly, right? And just go ahead and throw that down. And it's not going to connect to anything, and that's fine. So we got those 3 crystal growth accelerators. We're going to come over here and, well, actually, it's downstairs now, of course. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to snatch out a bucket of water. And then come out here, put that inside of that, and then throw these back in. And those should grow much faster now. So you can see there we've already given it a couple of seconds of progress. Let's pull them out and see where they got to. Yeah, 4% already. 20 minutes at 0 and like few seconds, and it's already at 4 now. So this will be much faster. So after we've got those, we should be able to complete this quest. I'll bring you back in just a moment. Hey, and there we go. Pulled them out as soon as they were done growing. It has seriously been like 3 whole minutes. So we're going to go ahead and dive in here, go to that, and accept the completion of this quest. And it's a choice reward. I'm going to just go ahead and take the Fluix crystal, because that is probably what I would end up using there anyways the most. So I'm going to claim that. And we are done, and then we can see that there is controls, there's basics, and there's AE2 power. We've got an energy acceptor as another thing that's necessary, and a vibration chamber as necessary. But guys, so we're gonna work on that, because we're really diving into AE strong today. So let me look around a little bit, see what these things take, and then maybe craft up some more of these, because I'm not going to show you any more of the crystal growing on camera because it's tedious. But yeah, I will be back. So another thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up little power stations out to the side, and I've decided to go for the middle tier capacitor banks, which you can see the recipe here: electrical steel, some double layer capacitors, and some redstone. Now I feel like this recipe is somewhat cheaper in the resources that I'm wanting to save, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way, because I honestly don't care about the amount of redstone that I use, because I have plenty of that since I'm farming it. So we're going to do it this way. So let's go ahead and make up these capacitors here, and then we're going to split those out like so. Put that there, and then we also need iron in the corners right there. Make 2 of those. Okay, And then we're going to step over here and grab out some of this. Now we need 6 for going around it, and then we also need 2 more because we need to make 1 double layer capacitor, which means we also need 1 more single layer that I didn't think about, but we've got it. We got plenty of materials. It's not a big deal. We're gonna have to step down a few more crafting benches though, since we've already got that one set up. 2 redstone in the corners, and then this around it. Fantastic. Gosh, we actually need 2 of those. What am I doing? What am I doing? So we're going to need another gold, and we've still got plenty of redstone. Okay. So go ahead and knock that down into nuggets. We can actually go this way one. Isn't that so much easier? Okay, gold nuggets, redstone, copper, another basic capacitor. Okay, then we put those on the side, and we need that there, and then we need a coal powder, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, I've got no problem here. Oh, let's do that. 1 double layer capacitor. Okay. And then we'll step over here to where we put down those things. We should have just taken those with us and done it over there, right? Right. So we're going to go ahead and slap that down and then grab ourselves out a capacitor bank. And of course we're in range of our wireless charger, so you can see that capacitor bank is starting to fill up there. So we're going to do that, and then can I do it like that? Is it that easy? Yeah, fantastic. That's exactly what I was looking for. So then now that it's not in our inventory, it's not building up power, but that's okay because we know exactly what we're going to do there. So we need to come over here, and we need to mess with this. Now, that stuff there, this stuff here, is all receiving power through just this one connection. So what I want to do is I want to go underneath and see if we can split that around a little bit more. Instead of having it go through the middle there, we're going to take it underground and move it over. Now, not over here, because we're not, all this stuff is probably going to get torn out. But over here, you know what, actually, we're just going to tear it apart right now, because we're going to have to rewire all of this anyways. And all of this down here, we're going to move over there. So we're not even going to worry about that. So let's throw down this, and then see, well, the wire's connected to that, but that's not actually delivering power. Okay. And then we're going to put this one down over here, pull out, there it is, the laser wrench. Laser stored. There we go. So now, you can see this is actually losing power to fill that one up, I think. Yeah, this one's trying to fill up. So let's see, what I need to do, hold a compass to modify. We'll have to worry about that in a minute because I don't even have a compass. But you can see basically how this works. You just connect these lasers together, which they have a maximum range of, I want to say 15 blocks. And then you can send energy wirelessly, which is quite nice for us to have at this stage. And we're going to move this power around. I'm going to tear down these cables. Probably just going to move this whole thing elsewhere. And then we'll see what progress I can make. So guys, you're going to have to forgive me, okay? And just don't be mad, alright? So listen, I started doing stuff with AE2, and I was looking at what I wanted to set up, and I started running out of materials, so I was like, well, I'll hook up a couple of the sifters and hammerers and get this thing going, so that way I'll have more materials rolling in while I'm working, and I got a bit carried away, okay? Okay, so seriously, you're gonna have to deal with this one, alright? Gosh, I could have made a whole episode on this. That's the most frustrating thing, is that I just got so involved that I took forever and I set everything up, and it works wonderfully. And I didn't even get into Applied Energistics and use it like I said I was going to. I just did it with Ender.io because the conduits are so good. So anyways, let me give you the rundown here. See, because I I even set this aside. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave one out, so that way I can show people what I did, right? So we'll go ahead and make that, and we'll get it into place right over here. And we'll go down below, and we'll start showing this stuff off. So let's set this to the same channels. We got, looks like magenta in, cyan out. Okay, so in, out, and then magenta, and then cyan out. Or is it light blue? I think it's light blue, actually. Yeah, it's light blue. Okay. Okay, so what did I do? What did I do? Let's take a look. So first off, I've got 6 auto compressed hammers, and I've got 6 auto compressors, and then I've got 3 of the auto heavy sievers. Okay? Okay, and then I hooked up barrels here to catch cobblestone out of the generator, to catch gravel out of the stuff, and to catch dust out of the stuff. So that way I'd always have this. So that way if I needed it, I could have it. Okay? Okay. And also I forgot. Let's set this one to round robin, on and always active. Okay. Okay. So then I've got from the sievers, or from the compressors, some of them are doing different things, right? So let's take a look at that. We've got this one over here that's compressing cobblestone. We got this one here that compresses gravel, sand, and dust. And then over here we've got compresses all the materials from sieved gravel, compresses all the materials from sieved sand, compresses all the materials from sieved dust. Okay? Okay. All this stuff is sieved, and then some of it is brought over here. There's a couple of items that are blacklisted, which just head directly over here, and that's redstone dust, the prismarine. There, we got that coming in. I think the glowstone I just went ahead and didn't send over there because I thought I could use the dust as well. And then this black quartz, because that and the prismarine you can't get back out of its block form, so I don't want it compressed. I want it here because I might need to use it that way. If I need a block, I can just make it myself. I've also got all of the seeds that come off of the materials coming in here, all the crystals and stuff, because this is the stuff I was running low on, this charged Certus quartz. And you can see now that I've got like a full stack and a little bit more. And then of course some of the other stuff that's just coming in from all the mods is coming in over here. These drawers here are compacting drawers, so they get all of the metals in ingot form, like this right here, this one right down here that I can pull out. You know, it will. And then I can pull it out in any of these forms. So if I want to pull out an ingot, I can. If I want to pull out a block, I can. Nugget, no problem. And same thing with redstone, right? I can either pull the dust out or the blocks out. And it's nice. And I just have everything feeding in. Let me show you that end of it. Walk. I have everything feeding into the drawer controller, which I used to have displayed up above, but now I've brought down below since I've got so many wires running into it. I wanted to kind of hide it so that way it wouldn't be showing off on anything. And then of course this is a furnace with a few upgrades in it, that as the materials are coming in off of the dust, because that's the last stage, right? Like this is where you get your resources from. As it compacts into an actual dust block, it then is sent over to the furnace, which goes ahead and burns it down, and then it sends it back into the storage. And it comes over here, and then it goes into the storage drawers up above. It's a fantastic little system. The only other thing, well, okay, the last thing that I didn't explain is that the dust, or the gravel and the sand materials are coming into these normal hammerers, and they're being turned into, you know, the lower tier forms of the blocks, so that way they can be processed at the lowest level, and then we go ahead and we're extending our resources out as far as we can. Now this system, when it's in full swing, does use quite a bit of power, which is the reason that I installed some speed upgrades into these generators. Each one of these, see at base, it burns through one of these bone blocks, generating 120 RF per tick at 20 seconds, I think, is what it starts at. So then if you add a speed upgrade, it becomes 10 seconds. So that doubles your output. It becomes 240 RF per tick. And then if you do it again, it drops it down to 6.65 seconds, which you can see there on the screen. So that not quite doubles it again. But so it puts out like roughly 300 RF a tick right now, each one of these generators, which is enough to cover a fair bit of this. But in full swing, each of these is 120, each of those is 120. Those are 5, so they're negligible. And then we got this over here, which I think runs at 40. So we're going to need to upgrade our power structure. I'm thinking we could do with just having another line of these generators with 2 speed upgrades though, and that'd be fine. But maybe we want to get into something else, right? Maybe we want to get into something else. So yeah, I'm sorry, really, truly, that I didn't do this all like on camera slowly. I've really got to stop doing so many progress updates because I got to the point where I thought, hey, you should really have been doing this all on camera because this is taking forever. I mean, this is many hours of work right here that I could have been showing off as I was doing it. And so I'm going to really make the effort to work that way in the future. But anyways, I'm going to look around and maybe we'll get some more quests done today. But I think even with me cutting out or not having recorded all of this, the episode is coming to a close. But I'm going to check it out, and then I will be right back with you, and we'll see what we're going to do next. So yes, as the sun sets, so too does the sun set on this episode, because we are getting a little bit long in time. But guys, I hope you did enjoy it, especially the parts that you got to see. And if you did, please leave a like on the episode down below. If you want to see more of this stuff where I'm making machines and I'm actually setting up the wiring down below so that you can see everything that went on, please let me know down in the comments, because I think that it would be beneficial to a certain point, but I just feel like watching me set up cables would be kind of boring for you guys. But let me know. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe so that you can see some more of what we're doing here. We've got a long way to go still to get through all the quests in this series, and of course there are other things on the channel too. But guys, I will see you in the next episode.